We were blessed this morning with one of our own, Jane Ferguson, who works at the theater, as you all know, Theater of the Sea, and who takes care of there, not only herself but others, a number of four-legged, two-legged, flying, winged creatures that were created by our God. And I invited her forward to share a few words about her ministry. I mean, we have two people here involved in, I think, ministry, clearly. One, we have, Ian, who I'm going to ask, shortly. I think I'm going to let ladies go first, if you don't mind, all right? But Lauren, who, I'm sorry, last name? McKnight, who is from the Upper Keys Animal Shelter. Am I saying that correctly? All right. And she's brought who with her? Biscuit. All right. We also have another little creature who is Leopold?
Correct.
Leopold, who you'll be meeting shortly as well. But I thought much more appropriate than just blessing animals this day. Maybe we could hear a little bit of something from concrete, from people in our area who are doing something that God has called us to do, which is be good stewards of our planet. So without further ado, if I could ask Lauren maybe to come forward for a moment.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lauren. I'm from the Upper Keys Animal Shelter for 106. And what we do is we provide animal services to the community. So whether that be a stray animal that we get called on, or a nuisance complaint, maybe a neighbor's dog is barking too much, or somebody sees an animal tethered outside, which is obviously illegal, and we don't want any animal to live outside like that. We go and, we're able to speak with the animal owner and advise them that it's not really the right thing to do, and let them know what the laws are in Monroe County. Besides that, we also operate the shelter. We take in every animal, no animal is ever turned away, regardless if it's aggressive, if it's too old, which Biscuit here is 14 to use. If they're an age, he's available for adoption. So everything gets a chance with us. And so it's a really nice thing we're able to do that for the community and for everybody. We also do something that's separate from our animal shelter, but it's at our facility, it's private, and what it is a free stay and meet home. So we let them off the dirt and he's able to put that on for the community, and it's free of charge, and he personally pays out of pocket, and he's veterinarian to come in and stay and neuter each person's animal, which is really remarkable. Some people don't think or are unsure of how it's actually done. You think their tax dollars go to it, and in reality, it's out of pocket. So the community is very lucky to have her and have a shelter. And we welcome everyone to come into our animal shelter and see it. We're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. No area is ever off limits, and you guys are more than welcome to come in and see what we do and see our animals and everything that we have. Whether it's your dog, if it's just not really cleaning your boundaries, we like all that stuff. And I'm an animal control officer, so what my job is going out on the call for people regarding cruelty cases, stray animals, aggressive dogs, calls from the sheriff's office if somebody gets a DUI, and especially to help with them, we get to pick them up, car accidents and stuff like that, so not take service stuff or something that I get to see personally and deal with.
Thank you for all your work. Ian? Yeah. Everybody step back.
It's okay, he's attached to me. He's not going to be able to fly around. He's excited. So, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name's Ian. I'm from the Florida Keys Wild Bird Center, and this is Leopold. Leopold is a barred owl, which is one of 5 different species we have here down in the Keys. I put up 4 fingers, I don't know why. We have barred owls, barn owls, burrowing owls, great horned owls, and eastern screech owls. And Leopold is one of our animal ambassadors for the Bird Center. So what we've done is we've trained him to sit, obviously, just like this on my hand. And what we can do with Leopold now is we actually can travel to schools and other locations to teach kids and larger kids like everyone I'm seeing here, about birds and why they're important to the fragile ecosystem that is down here in the Florida Keys. Thank you, Tom, for talking about everyone being a steward today, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is we try to make everyone who comes to visit us a steward and an ambassador of the Bird Center. What we do at the Bird Center is we try to rescue and rehabilitate as many as many birds as we possibly can. Most of these birds are injured due to human entanglement or habitat loss, a lot of things that are linked directly to human activity. Last year we took in 1,047 birds, and we put back a little over 450 of them back to the wild. So it's a pretty big task for a hospital team of about 3 people, so we enjoy it and we love doing it. So right now, actually, our big focus is that we are opening a brand new visitor learning center that's going to teach people all about the work done by the Bird Center, but more importantly, about how everyone both visiting the Keys and living here residentially is going to be able to have a smaller impact on the ecosystem and help preserve our birds and why it's important to preserve the birds too. So we're looking for volunteers to help us out to keep the education center open, and that's set to open. The construction team is coming on Monday, which is about a month ahead of schedule of what we were projecting. We didn't think it was going to be open until like November, December, so we're very excited to have that. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you.
So
We do occasionally, but we usually we actually work with other rehabilitators that work with reptiles and mammals too. We deal pretty much exclusively with birds, but we do have other. Oh, do they eat? Oh, there are some birds of prey down in the Keys that will eat iguanas too, but they're so quick and they're hard to catch that usually birds like this will go after rodents or other things that are a little bit easier to catch. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So he's kind of just looking at me right now, but actually I can walk around really quick if you'd like.
Yes.
If we have time, so everybody can get a closer look. Not over there. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So is it okay if I just walk in?
Yes.
Okay. So Leopold is a permanent resident at our sanctuary, and that's because Leopold, about a year and a half ago, was involved in a car accident. So, yep, I'm gonna go that way. Okay. So Leopold was hit by a car. He had a really bad fracture in his left wing, and because of that, he's not able to fly. So he can fly a little bit, but not enough to be able to hunt by himself. So because of that, he hangs out at our wild bird sanctuary, which is where all of our non-releasable birds end up living if they're not able to go to the wild. Sorry? We actually have a couple of local veterinarians who volunteer with us to come and do surgery if we need to. And in those cases, are more commonly minor and stuff inside of the bird stomach too. So, yeah. The new visitor center is part of a building that we call Mission Wild Birds, which is at mile marker 92 on the Bayside, right next door to Castle Bank in Tavernier. Yep, and that's where our hospital is, where we do all the rehabilitation. And then there's going to be a separate wing. So there's going to be a separate wing where we'll have the visitor learning center and everything. It's going to be really cool with lots of awesome interactive exhibits. Kids can push buttons and lights are going to flash. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah. Any other questions? No, all of our permanent residents actually get fed food that's not alive, mostly because that type of food comes from a specialized lab that can make that type of food so that every rat, every chick weighs a certain number of grams so that we can closely monitor their weights and everything so we know they're getting exactly the amount of nutrition that they need. Plus it's just a little bit easier and we don't want their food to run away or fight back or anything like that too.
That's right.
Very good. Awesome. Well, thank you for having me today, folks, and I hope that you all will keep the call to be an awesome environmental steward. Thank you so much.
You'll all, if you want, get to see them maybe even up close after, because they're going to be staying, and we'll have our refreshments afterwards. I think as well, Probably both, but certainly the Bird Center is looking for volunteers, and I do believe you have some applications in case anybody wishes to volunteer or knows somebody that may wish to volunteer. There, all right. It was interesting. Two things struck me in terms of the day we celebrate St. Francis. Yeah. See that? St. Francis spoke to the animals. Yes, yes, yes. And they spoke back. One of the things I was mesmerized by was how mesmerized Leopold was with you. You notice that? Didn't want to take his eyes off of him. Okay? There's a connection. There's a connection. Anybody who is clear animal lover, I think, knows that we are connected. Paul and I were speaking about his two dogs this morning, how much they are part of family. Okay, those who have animals as such know that, and that comes from a bond that is creation. You know, when the Lord created, this universe, we are all connected. When you were speaking, Lauren, there was one point where you said about the animals that were tethered, and you went, and I thought the next words out of your mouth was going to be, you went and spoke with them. And you went and spoke with the owners. But we hear stories of St. Francis speaking to the animals. And I believe it. There's a story, you probably heard the famous story of St. Francis and the wolf. Anybody ever hear that story, St. Francis and the wolf? There supposedly was a wolf that was terrorizing a town, okay? Terrorizing a town. And anybody who went out never came back. They tried to hunt it down, and they were all killed. And he went out supposedly, and I'm just going to share what he says here. It says that St. Francis explained to the wolf that he had been terrorizing people, killing not only animals but humans who are made in the image of God. And what did he say? He said, "Brother Wolf, Brother Wolf," said St. Francis, "I want to make peace between you and the people of Gubbio. They will harm you no more, and you must no longer harm them. All past crimes are forgiven." It goes on, the story, and it says that for the next 2 years, the wolf was up in years. How old? 14. My little Daisy, died at 15. It was a